Starved to death in an American jail. The man who couldn't pay $100 bail. Who want to
And let's
start it
not
off?
get this twisted. This is jail, not prison.
This is right.
Not prison. How he starved?
Right.
This is fucked up for so many reasons.
Damn.
Dragonfly,
Like
kick it off, brother.
serious, man. So
I'm
apparently,
just like,
this
after so
brother,
long,
he
especially if it was just $100 bail, get out. Why wouldn't you let
the
him out after so long?
okay, the brother was mentally challenged. He had like some mental issues, and from what I was reading, the police knew this dude.
Yep.
Like he had like they knew him. Like he was like I don't know if he was cool with them, but they've had many like run-ins with him. So like they knew him. And on the specific date in question, I guess he was a little bit on edge more than normal.
Yeah, he was having an
So
episode.
yeah, so they detained him and locked him up. But being of not sound mind, he really didn't have, I guess, I don't know if he had anybody to call or whatever, but had him in solitary confinement for the majority of the time he was there. And again, he's not in his right mind. So he really didn't have nobody to call to let them know like what exactly was going on. And basically the people who he could have called or no, the police also didn't tell his people that yo, the bail is only $100. So they
Oh,
could have bailed
wow.
him out. They could have bailed him out. He could have been out. And he was waiting for trial. Like he was in there for like what, like over a year, some shit,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
For $100
over a
bail.
right.
What happened was he was there, and his people went to go check on him, and they said that they got to be on the list. Old buddy's not in his right mind. He can't even write their names down on the list for them to come visit because they had the money. They wanted to come get him out, but he just kept falling through the cracks, and they just it was just an epic failure on every level, not just race, but the whole system. Nobody checked in on him. They just put him in isolation and just left him, and left him alone for all that
They
time.
left him for
Where
dead.
he started
Let me tell
eating.
Yeah, they
you.
left him for dead because he had to be screaming, "I'm hungry."
Listen, when you do rounds as a CO, I don't care if it's
That
in the
part.
county level, the city level, or the
Yeah.
state level, or the federal level, you have rounds within 30 minutes. You have to do rounds within 30 minutes. And that doesn't mean like at the 30th minute. It means they expect you somewhere between
Be
5
moving.
minutes into that
Mhm.
30 minutes and 25 minutes into that 30 minutes. You better have covered 2 rounds and make sure that everybody's upright or laying down, whatever they're supposed to be doing, breathing, eating, sleeping, whatever. They didn't check on him at all.
Yep.
Well,
That's
well,
that's the travesty of this. And
I
they
agree
kept
with you.
writing down on the reports. They pistol whipped the reports, saying that
There
they
you go.
checked on him
Okay.
and it was okay.
Yeah, everything was
The man was
okay.
eating his feces, drinking his urine. He's mentally
Hmm.
incapacitated. He should have been on suicide watch. And the other thing that's crazy is they charged him with a felony, a first degree felony, for doing this with his fingers and threatening
Right,
people in the police precinct.
That's what triggered them. They're like, "Oh,
right.
he done went too far this time. Now he's acting like he has a gun, but they see it's his fucking hand, and they
Well,
know him from around the way for being a little, not of sound mind or whatever. But
Right.
normally just give him a pass. But this time they said he got a little irate. Mind you, at the time he weighed over 200 pounds, so I'm assuming they felt threatened, by this dude. And then when they found his body, what was he, 90 pounds?
90 pounds.
the interesting thing is, man, it
What?
wasn't that
Yeah.
it wasn't that
Yeah.
they seen him
Yeah,
around the way. Money would wander into the police station
Yeah.
yeah,
daily.
Regularly.
And
Every
they
day.
knew
regularly.
they knew he was developmentally delayed and he was a schizophrenic. So the fact that these cats knew that and took him pointing his finger and cursing as a credible threat is laughable at best because the cat, once again, the brother might have been having an episode. He might have been pointing his finger at some shit he was seeing in his head, not necessarily them.
Right.
Again, working in a hospital, there was a young brother having an episode in there, bad one. But I listened to him. This cat was having a whole Power Ranger fucking fantasy going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And versus us grabbing him and roughing him the fuck up, I just met him where he was at. I joined in the fantasy and managed to calm him down, and we were able to get him transported. A lot of these cats, man, first of all, the average person, a motherfucker that work at the post office, if he got some shit going on at the crib, he gonna take that shit to work. A lot of people don't know how to separate home and the job. You add that with other factors, such as a lot of these cats, once they get that badge, are arrogant. Some people may have certain biases, and you couple that with people really don't care about the mentally ill. You know what I'm saying? Especially in our community, people really just don't care. This gentleman ended up in a cell, not just a cell, solitary confinement for over a year, eating his own fecal matter, drinking his own urine.
He was in I think a foot of standing water.
A foot of
Yeah.
standing water, sir.
They said his feet atrophied from being in the water that long. They
Yes.
shriveled up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you see the
You see the pictures?
I seen
Yeah.
the pictures.
You see the pictures?
Yeah.
Do you have them?
Yeah.
they're in the articles. Yeah, it's hard to look at. It's
I couldn't barely look at that, man. I mean,
So I like what's the punishment for the people? Because
it's no punishment. 'Cause
There's no
everything
punishment.
all investigations were internal.
Yeah. And like Jay said, they fudged the paperwork. So
Pencil whipped the whole shit. Because this the thing. They said that,
oh my God.
they said
Yep.
they told the family, they put it in the paperwork that he died of natural causes. He
Mhm.
did have COVID, but whoever, I don't know if it was the warden or whoever, the prosecutor was trying to say that it was COVID that killed him, even though in the report it wasn't listed as the primary cause.
He was skin and bone.
dehydrated. Yeah, he was dehydrated and malnourished. He was fucking starved. You understand what I'm saying? Now, they did the right thing afterwards, but after the fact is what? They did the right thing afterwards and established alternatives for mentally ill people versus locking them up, sending them to some sort of mental institution. Like, that's why I believe that these departments, instead of sending cops out, because this ain't the first story you heard like this. There's been stories where women have called police officers on their sons. Once again, schizophrenic, cat having an episode, and they dead him right in front of his people. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And all they wanted was to calm him down because, once again, he's having an episode. They need to have some sort of, within the police department, some sort of mental outreach personnel to respond to these types of things. If the mom is saying, hey, he's got this and he's having an episode, all right, maybe send the police officer out, but send 2 or 3 people out there to go calm him down, getting to a hospital where they might have to, might could give him some medications till they can transfer him, to a long-term facility, because hospitals can't deal with that shit. But it's just a sad story, man. I'll land my plane with that.
I agree with you. I just want to say it's gonna have to be us. We're gonna have to do it for ourselves.
SMG Shims Multimedia Group LLC. They let the man die. Probably kick some ass. I'm just saying. Right on. Shout out to SMG, man. Yeah.
I hope he did kick some ass because he was skin and bones.
Yeah.
You know what?
Like I said, that company it was a private contract for the people that was supposed to come do the rounds and all that other shit. That was a private company. So hopefully that the family could go. Well, they probably won't because the paperwork was all messed up to their favor. So yeah, it was just like I said, it was just systematic failure from the top to the bottom, from race
His
to
IQ was 55.
Yeah.
I don't even understand how he could kick some ass. I'm not even trying to be funny. Like
Facts.
That's the
Facts.
retard strength.
Right.
Stop, man.
Teddy,
I
come
mean,
on.
yeah,
Stop, man.
but 55 IQ, that there's people that have mental retardation that are further advanced than that.
Yeah. But it's just
And on couple that with bipolar disorder,
he
which
was murdered.
probably
Yeah.
has manic depression goes along with it. It's usually
Yeah.
a double diagnosis.
Oh, let me add this in again. I said I was gonna land my plane. They took his fucking medication away from him.
Yep, they stopped the meds.
Like he
Right,
was
that's
sick
the
as
other
fuck
thing.
up to
Right.
fail.
Yep.
They
I
took
wanted
his
to bring that
medication
up.
away.
Thank you.
Yes,
I
sir.
wanted to
Go
bring
ahead.
that up and I forgot. That
They
quick.
ki- they killed him and got a check for killing him.
They
Basically,
murdered him.
They didn't want to
Yep.
deal with it. They didn't
Yep.
want to deal with it. That's not what they felt they was getting paid for.
They're
They
like,
let him die.
it's gonna take 2 people to give them meds. How about we just stop giving them meds and ain't nobody got to go in that room? Cool.
You mean to
High
tell me there
five.
wasn't
Let's go.
one CO that had a heart in that place? One.
It was jail.
Yo, what was the young
It
boy's
wasn't a
name?
prison. It was just jail. He was like in the county.
What was
Right.
the
That's
young
why I'm
boy's
like, how do
name?
you? That's crazy.
What was the young boy's name that went up the? He was in Rikers.
The one who killed himself.
The one who killed himself. The CEOs was fucking him up.
Yeah,
A lot of them
that's
motherfuckers is
Rikers.
heartless.
That's Rikers.
Khalil
though. They
Browder.
just had another incident.
Khalil
Man. That's
Browder.
Rikers.
That's
Khalil
Rikers.
Browder, yep.
That's Rikers.
Khalil Browder. I mean, listen, it's stories. I'm not even going to get on the CEOs because again, all of them ain't like that. You know what I mean? A lot of them just trying to make some money, go home, feed their families. But we talk about police officers, and we don't look at a lot of the these you hear stories about the fucking CEOs raping the motherfucking inmates, not just the females. So you know what I mean? Hey, I don't know, man. It's just a sad story, man. If this was anybody, it's just sad, man. That cat deserved help, not hurt.
That's how that go.
Yeah.
All right, brother Tank. Let's get off the
That's
sad
horrible.
shit, man. Let's keep it pumping.
Yeah, because I'm about to cry.
Let's keep it pumping.
But
I feel
that's
sad.
Yeah, let's move on to a brighter
It's a salad.
story.
Yeah.
Right on. Right
Back
on.
to the system, Tank. Back to the system. Them damn
Notorious